What's up, everybody? Justin here to do a review, old school review from an old 2002 SmackDown. Now, from time to time, I'm gonna be doing reviews of old shows from like 2002, and then I could do a review from basically any time, any year I want to. Could do a review of some 93 Raws, or 96 Raws, 98 Raws, 97 Raws. But this is a SmackDown 2002 review from SmackDown from September 26th, 2002 review. Old school review. Up first was Unforgiven. The pay-per-view that just went down a couple days ago, Unforgiven 2002, which was a pretty damn good pay-per-view. So Unforgiven 2002 highlights of Eric Bischoff forcing, basically. I think Stephanie's team lost a match. So Eric Bischoff forced her, made her. We thought she was going to have to do HLA. What is HLA? It was Hot Lesbian Action back in 2002, because I guess it's known as a Ruthless Aggression era, but to me it's still like the Attitude Era. But better in my opinion, because they had a couple better storylines in the Ruthless Aggression era. So Stephanie, Bischoff says, I'm going to make you at Unforgiven. The highlights are shown. Pretty long highlight package of Unforgiven. Bischoff says, I'm going to make you make out with the most disgusting, ugliest woman I could find. Brings out some fat lady. And she is like, her skin looks painted black. And she's damn ugly. I didn't really guess at the time. I didn't think it was Rikishi, but it was. Super kicks Bischoff. He falls in the corner. Rikishi tears the mask off, all the makeup off his face. And then goes in the corner, pulls his damn wrestling trunks up, gives himself a wedgie to make it like a thong. And Stephanie goes like this. Stephanie might even helped him pull up his trunks to a wedgie up his ass crack. That was disturbing and not fun to look at, but I was used to seeing it all the time back in the Attitude Era in 2002, because he always did that and always gave himself a wedgie and did the stink face to people. It's a damn gross, disgusting move, but it was pretty funny. So he backs up into Bischoff, gives him a stink face, a really long stink face. I mean really long. And knowing Vince, he probably told Rikishi eat a lot of beans or something throughout the day. Who knows what Rikishi did when he was giving him that stink face. Who knows if he even wiped. Who knows. That's disturbing to think about. Did Rikishi wipe before he did that stink face to Bischoff? Who knows? Because Vince was probably playing a joke on Bischoff because of the Monday Night Wars. So the first match on this September 26th, 2002 SmackDown was Rikishi against Chavo Guerrero Jr. Pretty good match. It was pretty short. Kicked off the show. Chavo tried to backdrop Rikishi, pick him up. That didn't work. Chavo goes off the top rope. Rikishi gets his knees up. So Chavo, the guy's gonna lose. And then he goes to the outside and picks up one of the cameras, TV cameras, and tries to hit and use it on Rikishi. Rikishi super kicks the camera back in Chavo's face, so the camera falls out of the ring. Anyways, Samoan drop by Rikishi. I believe that is a finish. I watched this SmackDown a week ago on the network, but I think that was a finish. Samoan drop. Not Samoan drop. Banzai drop. Rakishi's finisher. Banzai drop. 1, 2, 3. Rikishi wins. And after the match, and during the match, stupid thing, Chavo tried to, at one point, give a stink face to Rikishi, and his ass was hanging out, and he was wearing a thong. It was damn disgusting. Anyways, so at one point, Chavo did try a stink face. That was pretty funny, but Rikishi wins the match. And the crowd was on fire. This crowd was on fire. The arena looked sold out to me. They were in San Diego, California. Unforgiven 2002 was in LA. So this crowd, the arena looked, really packed. Because back from, I would say, 97 to, 2007, 2008, 2009, the arenas were pretty packed for Raw. And especially SmackDown, but SmackDown, I would say in 2005 or 6, the arenas were not packed. So up next, they show Tori Wilson backstage before they go to commercial. That's what I love about the network. When you're watching old episodes of Raw and SmackDown, you don't got to sit through commercials. They just come right back. So they show Tori Wilson backstage, has a robe on, and she's oiling up her body. Putting baby oil on her legs and stuff, because she's in a bikini contest up next. So then Taz is in the ring with a mic. Taz says the judges are Billy and Chuck. They're the judges. So it's Tori Wilson against Nydia. Nydia, I had no problem with Nydia. She was in the first season of Tough Enough. I believe she won it. The first season of Tough Enough. I think she did win. And for the guys, Maven won. That first Tough Enough, that seems like 20 years ago, but it wasn't 20 years ago. So I had no problem with Nydia. I had no problem how she got in the business. She really seemed like she loved wrestling. So Nydia, her final score, is at one point her score from Billy and Chuck, they give her a 69. That was pretty funny. So during this era, Ruthless Aggression, there was a lot of sexual jokes, sexual innuendo, stuff like that, because the show is TV-14 and it was a lot better than today's PG era. So anyways, not saying all the talent was better than right now, because the talent right now on the roster is some of the best WWE has ever had. But I don't know, during the Attitude Era, they probably did have the best roster ever. But still, whatever. I'm not going to go into PG and TV-14. But I wish the current product was not PG. That's all I'm going to say. But I still do enjoy it a lot. So Nydia's final score is a 69. Tori gets her score, she gets a 10s. 2 10s. So she wins. Nydia's pissed. She tried flirting with the judges before the bikini contest. Out comes Jamie Noble. He's pissed. He's on the microphone. He's with Tajiri. And then a match starts. Jamie Noble and Tajiri with Tori and Nydia at ringside. Jamie Noble, Tajiri against Billy and Chuck. Pretty good tag match. I enjoyed it. So Billy Gunn hits the Code Red. Billy and Chuck's finisher, I guess, was called the Code Red. It was like a Doomsday Device type tag move. So Code Red, 1, 2, 3. Billy and Chuck win. Then after the match, Tori Wilson chases Nydia in the ring and bends her over and spanks her a couple times. That was pretty good. Anyways, up next we have Funaki backstage. Funaki SmackDown #1 announcer. That's what he used to say all the time. Funaki was pretty damn funny as an announcer because the guy barely knew English. Or you couldn't understand him. I couldn't, really. Funaki interviews the WWE Undisputed Champion Brock Lesnar. And Lesnar looks like a beast, like a monster next to Funaki. Funaki tries to interview him. Brock says, no, meet me in the ring and I'll give you an exclusive interview. And Funaki's all excited, like, oh, in the ring, exclusive for me. And Funaki's all excited. Brock, I believe, was going to destroy him when he got in the ring. And that's what happened. Up next, Kurt Angle and Stephanie McMahon, the GM of SmackDown. Kurt Angle and Stephanie backstage talking. And Stephanie tells Kurt Angle, tonight you must face Rey Mysterio and Chris Benoit in a triple threat match. Kurt is not happy about that. And then he makes a couple jokes about Rey Mysterio being not a citizen, that he snuck into the country, stuff like that. And Kurt makes a few more jokes saying Rey Mysterio is like a 12-year-old kid. I don't want to fight a kid, stuff like that. So Funaki's in the ring. They come back from commercial. Funaki's in the ring with Brock Lesnar. Funaki brings a chair that Undertaker used at Unforgiven 2002, a dented chair that Taker bashed Brock's head in with. Not a smart move, Funaki, to bring the chair Undertaker used on Brock the past Sunday at Unforgiven. So Brock comes in. I believe he was with Paul Heyman. So Brock comes down. He's already pissed that Funaki has a chair. And Brock just takes him down, leg sweeps him, and clotheslines him. Funaki's already down and out. Then Brock picks him up. I believe he picked him up. So then Brock, he destroys Funaki, runs him into the turnbuckle, picks him up, runs him into the turnbuckle. That didn't look like it felt good. Then he hits an overhead belly-to-belly suplex on Funaki. Then he picks him up and hits an F5 on Funaki and leaves him laid out. Up next, this was great. Up next might have been a No Mercy promo for No Mercy 2002 promo with Pete Rose in it. That was pretty damn funny. So up next is a no DQ match. No disqualification. Edge against Eddie Guerrero. This was great. This was epic. This was fun to watch. It was fantastic. You had ladders involved. The referee got taken out by a ladder at one point. It was epic. This match, no DQ, Edge, Eddie Guerrero, this could have main evented any pay-per-view. It was that damn good. It was a pay-per-view quality match on SmackDown. And at the time, in my opinion, especially after the draft in 2002, SmackDown was a lot better than Raw for probably well over a year or two. So ladders are involved, chairs are involved. At one point, Edge on top of the ladder with Eddie. Edge hit an Edgecutioner. Edgecutioner off the ladder to Eddie. So that match was great. Again, September 26th, 2002 SmackDown. I recommend you watch that episode. If you have the network, watch it on the network. It is great. Eddie versus Edge is great. Watch it if you've never seen it. I've seen it before, but I haven't watched it in well over 15 years, this match. So Edge wins. And at the time, Edge, you could tell the guy's a rising star. It was going to be a main eventer in the future. So now we have a Chris Benoit promo. I hate what the guy did, but he was on this show. Chris Benoit interview about his triple threat. He's in the main event with Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio. Then we go to Matt Hardy. Or not Matt Hardy. Chris Benoit, by the way, was interviewed by, I think the guy's name was Mark or Lloyd or something like that. He was an interviewer and he wasn't around that long. So now we go to another segment backstage, Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore. Matt Hardy version 3. That was a pretty damn good gimmick that Matt Hardy came up with Shannon Moore backstage. And he's talking to Shannon Moore. Well, up next is The Undertaker against the American Badass Undertaker against Matt Hardy. Taker pretty much owns Matt Hardy in this match, picks him up, hits him with the last ride. Undertaker wins. Right after Undertaker wins, Brock Lesnar runs into the ring. Or it might have been I think it was a DQ. Or Undertaker either won, and then Brock ran in, jumps, hits Taker with the belt in the head, takes him out. Taker gets busted open. And Taker bleeds a lot after he gets hit with the title from Brock. So, in this PG era, I'm not for guys bleeding on Raw or SmackDown. That's stupid. But they should be able to bleed on pay-per-views every once in a while. I'm talking cage matches and Hell in a Cells. They should be able to bleed. But back in 2002, you had guys bleed all the time on SmackDown and Raw. So Undertaker's busted open. Brock leaves him laid out after busting him open. Now the main event. Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit, triple threat. Hell of a three-way. This match was pretty damn good. Hell of a three-way. It was great. In this SmackDown from 2002, September 26th, 2002, maybe one of the best 2002 episodes of SmackDown that I've seen. It was damn good. Again, I haven't watched every episode of 2002 SmackDown, but this one was damn good. This probably was the best SmackDown of the year in 2002. So, I don't know when I'm going to get to watch, or when I'm going to decide to watch older shows like Raws and SmackDowns, because I would rather watch the old shows from the 80s, the old school shows, and the shows in the vault section of the network. I'd rather watch those shows from the 80s because I've never seen them before. I've seen all the episodes of Raw and SmackDown from the late 90s and 2000s, but I'll try to review some of them every once in a while. So again, Angle, Mysterio, Benoit was a great three-way main event. Rey was in his hometown. The fans are really behind him. A lot of 619 chants. Again, hell of a three-way, hell of a main event. Rey Mysterio wins it. Very good SmackDown. So this was my old school SmackDown review, September 26th, 2002 episode. I thought it was very good. Probably the best of 2002. Bye for now, everybody.